Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Practical Principles. This is Practical Prince. Sorry for the delayed start. Um, my laptop battery was basically dead, so it didn't want to start up, but I think we've got enough charge now. Hey, Lavina. I'm doing well. How are you? Hey, Heartslove. How's it going? Let's get our camera set up. There we go. Hey, Amna. Yeah, it was a battery issue with the laptop, so not much to do but to replace it. Excellent. And that's partly a matter of time, partly a matter of funds. So let's see if we can get our camera. Excellent. Okay, I think we're good to go there for now, at least. All right, and okay. Yeah, we'll do Lavina, then Heartslove, and then Amna. If you've got a question as well, go ahead and drop that in. We'll just do you three in that order. Unhappy. You want to know what questions to ask to give a direction. I mean, it's sort of open-ended regardless. Okay. Amna will basically just do a read on that person. And Hearts, we've got your question. Okay. Okay, and that's fine. Is there a better way to frame it other than just asking? I think I would normally lean towards Lost Forest for this, but looks like Cosmo is the one today. I mean, speaking to Amna, let's get the read on Danish first before. I mean, and then if it's still good, I can try doing a follow-up on is he the one? That's fine. But I mean, we might already know the answer based off of the read of him. When you're asking what questions, Lavina, back to you. Is this for you to do with your own tarot, I guess? Is your question what questions should I ask, or where should I be looking? I think I'll go ahead and do a table shuffle. Okay. And that's fine. It's been so long since I've done a table shuffle. I forgot how long this takes. But yeah, so no, that should be fine. Sorry about that. Just needed to figure out if I needed to clarify that or not. Put the cards back together. And okay. Okay. So basically, what can she do to be happy? Let's see. Okay, and then this. Okay, I'll do what I can. Okay. So we've got a black screen for our camera. Let me refresh this, see if we can get a visual. 3 cards, a tempered pair, and then a standalone. We'll do the tempered pair first. It sounds like they're speaking to different things. That's still not showing anything. Let me re-enter. That's not the visual we want. Let's see if I do it here. Does that make a difference? No, it's black. I don't know what to do about that. If it doesn't want to, I guess we can kill the tab. That's probably the next best thing. Which is annoying, but it is what it is. So get back in. So I feel like they're speaking to different aspects. But as far as, yeah. I basically got the impression of what card I would want to show up, but I don't know that that's the card that you're actually getting. So, we'll see. There we go. Finally getting that. And let's mute there. And no, we still don't want my fingers. We want the cards. Okay. Much better. Okay, so we'll start with the tempered pair, and then we'll move on to the single card. And these are separate aspects, but the same problem. So life map number 10, tempered by 10 of lotuses. Okay. And then we'll talk through that. I'll need the Cosmo thing just to get the life map. But, and then for the standalone, we have 3 of birds. So that would be 3 of swords. Let me go ahead and close that. Book. And you're wanting concrete stuff. That's going to be the hard part. Life map. So this is normally the Wheel of Fortune. Cycles, free will, fate. When you pull life map in a reading, it is to alert you to a larger cycle of experience and understanding. What is happening now will shape your future. There are moments in life where you will be victorious and moments where you will fail. If things are feeling tough right now, know that you will learn from these lessons and come out stronger than before. Life is full of ups and downs. While some parts of fate are inevitable, there is still free will. If things are not going the way you had hoped, then make a change. And then this is tempered by the 10 of lotuses, which would normally be cups. So, appreciation, beauty, peace. This card is a symbol of reflection, appreciation, and bliss. It does not ask anything of you other than to experience life as it was truly meant to be, uninhibited by clouded emotions and completely absorbed in the beauty ahead. You have journeyed far and experienced a wide range of emotions, some of which have left you feeling uneasy. Let yourself get lost in the tranquility of right here and now, a perfect moment of calm, and one that is meant to be enjoyed and cherished. You're wanting concrete resolution, steps to take. Um, will do, dragon. Um, I mean, I kind of want to move on because there's really nothing being added here. I mean, because you talk about there's some stuff that you need to do. Follow my passion. Um, which, I mean, that's an arguable idea, but you have stuff you want to do, but then you feel like you're existing, but you're not happy with that. And I mean, as far as this, the life map 10 of Lotus's pair is saying, like, that's okay. Appreciate what you've got right now. Life has ups and downs, but there's the grand scheme. It all works out. So, I mean, as far as concrete steps, that's not what you're looking for. So, how else to frame this as something actionable for you? Gratitude journal isn't quite the right thing. I mean, it sort of attunes you to the positive, because sometimes people focus too much on the negative. But in this case, it would be more of a redirection, and that's not really what it is. I mean, it's almost like so when you say follow my passion or have some goals, do you not know what those things are? So yes, I mean, yeah, it is largely state of mind, and I mean, from the life map 10 of Lotuses, it's saying you can do that. That's the thing to be. Well, life map is also suggesting if you're unhappy with something, you can make a change. Um, correct. They don't guarantee it. Because, well, so how to explain it? It really, oh, how to explain that view? because there's a satisfaction with making progress, and you can only make progress when you have a goal or a destination. Um, but when you don't have that, um, you are sort of just floating on the river of life. Yeah. Um, but yeah, doing nothing isn't the same thing. No. Yeah, go ahead, drop your question, Jay. Um, it might be a little bit because I've got some other people I need to read for. So, back to Lavina. It's good to have goals, to have something. The flip side of the issue is people who focus too much on whatever that milestone is, and it consumes them to get there. And once they're there, well, it's done, it's accomplished. It's not like a lasting happiness. So, um, it's it's a middle ground of making progress towards something that you value. Um, and I mean, there's various ways you can do that, whether it's school or work or spiritual stuff. And having different goals for different things is fine. Um, okay, that's good, Jay. We can do that. So, yeah. Um, um, I've not been able to. Um, when you say not been able to implement because you're unstable, um, uh, there's sort of two different ways. Is it in your experience that you're able to start stuff and you might have a spurt, um, but then it swings downward? Okay. Okay. Um, I don't know if there's a formal term for this, but I mean, it's sort of like micro goals, um, consistency, um, setting the bar really low. So instead of, like, for a lot of people in health, it's I need to lose weight, whatnot. I need to go to the gym. I need to work out so much. And it's not that you need to start doing an hour of some workout every day from the beginning. Because what they really need is a habit of doing it. So the more successful people will start really small. And it's like, wake up, get in gym clothes, check my box for the day. And that's the micro goal for a little while. And then it's get in the car, go to the gym, uh, walk in. Don't even have to pick anything up, maybe sit down at something and then just walk back out. And then it's go in, do one machine or something, one workout, and then get out. And eventually, over time, it builds up to something more significant. Um, so, depending on what goal you want to tackle or goals, really, you want to set a really small bar. So, like if it were writing a book, you might think in terms of chapters, but perhaps you need to focus on a paragraph a day or even just a sentence. Um, I don't know that you could do words and still have anything of sense, um, but by really focusing small and having the habit, that helps to carry you through. And some days you can do more. Some days you'll have that energy, and that's fine. But those are overachieving days, and we don't expect that of every day. Um, in general, there's a lower bar that's easier to reach. that you can check off. And if you want to scale that up a bit over time, that's fine. You don't want to scale too fast because you'll run into the same thing as starting out too strong, basically. Um, but yeah, whatever it is, it's breaking it down into a really small task that you could, in a sense, do daily. So even writing, though you're working on new stuff over time, it's really small chunks that you're building up. Um, yes. And if that fails, like if it breaks down, you needed smaller baby steps. That's, yeah, that's the advice there. Okay, bet. On to the three of birds. We've probably beat that enough. So this would normally be three of swords, the one I refer to as the reality check. But let's see. Heartbreak, suffering, grief. The three of birds is a heartbreaking card that sends the mind for a spin. If you are the slain dove, you likely didn't stand a chance. It speaks of an unfair advantage of the opposing party, that for no noticeable payoff other than self-enjoyment. If you are the predator, your sly actions have catapulted a life into turmoil, and you must ask yourself if that move was even yours to make. If you are feeling guilty about something, try and approach the situation. See if you can resolve it on better terms so you may clear your mind. I mean, that last part could be one thing, but then... Yeah, I feel like this one might have two parts. Doing well, Anne. I'll go ahead and show the picture just because the guide referenced that. So we've got our slain dove and then the other one. So oh wait. Oh no, we don't see the predator here. They all have arrows. But the predator is above, at least based on the description. It likes to refer to that. There's two parts here that stood out to me for you. There's the, if you're feeling guilty about something, try and approach the situation, see if you can resolve it on better terms so you may clear your mind. I'm feeling like that's speaking partly to your family and your situation there. So that's one aspect. But then, if you are the slain dove, you likely didn't stand a chance. It speaks of an unfair advantage of the opposing party. I feel like that's speaking to the instability you say you struggle with. That you were dealt a poor hand, basically, or playing a card down, however you want to think about it. But it's something to accept, not to really beat yourself up about. I mean, because there are always people better at something than you are. I mean, that's a fact. That doesn't mean that it's not worth trying. So that you could think of commenting on the life and Ten of Lotuses, but the first one, I think there might be something about your family. So you would probably know the topic better than me. But yeah, that's what I'm getting out of Three of Birds. And yeah, so any questions on that, I guess? So I got two things out of it. One, if stuff is off with your family, if it isn't sitting well, try to resolve that better. That was one. The other, is it's okay if you're struggling more than others. It is really what it boils down to. You have difficulties others don't have. That's unfair, but that is what it is. And it's okay. Did that clarify things, Lavina? Okay. Okay. Let me go ahead. Anne, I assume S is a person, right? And yes, Heart's Love, it's your turn. Okay. Partly. I mean, that's a big part. That's a first step, so to speak, that it's okay to be where you are. And it's okay and even necessary to want to be somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah. There's a certain peace with the present, but then pressing forward into the future. Yeah. Let me... Okay. No problem. Okay, well, let's find out. I had somebody else ask about pendulum. I'm not familiar with what they're asking about, to be honest. So that's still something I need to look into. So yeah, I mean, speaking to Heart's Love now, we're basically reading Jackson in the context of a relationship with you, but I don't know if that'll give us a reason why, but I mean, it'll just be more than feelings, so... So again, I'm not familiar with pendulum, and this is speaking to Lavina, even though I'm preparing for the Jackson question. And I'm just trying to make sure I understand if it's diving into your intuition, or is it something where the divine is speaking? Let me answer this, Lavina. I'll end the stream with that question because I think that'll take a little while just to talk through. Um, and I mean, people have already been waiting long enough. So let me end on that note. But I'll do that. Okay. Jackson. Okay. I guess we'll confirm that in a bit. Okay. So I'm getting some stuff, but it's skewed from Jackson's perspective, which, I mean, that'll give us insight, but let me set that aside. Oh, I don't know. I haven't flipped the cards yet. I'm just picking them up, or rather, picking them out. Um, it's just that normally when I do a relationship reading, it's like this is the relationship, or this is describing you. Um, Whereas in this case, it's how he views your relationship between the two of you and how he views you. So, I mean, there's just that skew going on. It's a different sort of answer, and I think it's the one you're interested in. But um, let me check if there's any more cards. Let's put these here. Okay, and then okay. All right. Oh, I guess I shut that down. Let's try refreshing that. And okay, good. We still have camera. That was an annoying issue to deal with earlier, so glad we don't have a repeat. Okay. And make it big. Okay, so we got 2 cards on Jackson, so this will be describing him. His intentions towards you, and then how he views the relationship. And then this is a tempered pair of how he perceives you. So there's the primary card here, but then there's the moderating card behind him. Moderating card behind it. So it has a tempering influence. Let's just go ahead and flip through. So 7 of chalices, along with Wheel of Fortune. I mean, this is an auspicious card. It does note change. Cycles tends to be a theme with this one. But I mean, generally looking good. The 7 of Cups, there's a certain confusion here, which it notes. The chalices dictate or indicate different possibilities, different potentials. The issue is that some are fake, some are fictitious fantasy. And there's a struggle figuring out what's real and what's not. So that's describing him. Let's go on. We might come back. Intentions, the devil, interesting. Temptation, enslavement. So let me read on that one, or well, read the guide, but yeah, we'll come back to that. We've got 6 of Pentacles as far as how he reviews the relationship, and here we've got notes of opportunity, inheritance. We'll probably read that one too. Perceiving you, we've got 3 of Wands, action, adventure, tempered by the Lovers, trust and decisions. So as far as how he views you, Um, well, it's an adventure, a romantic adventure, definitely. But yeah, one he would have to be actively involved in, and right now he hasn't done that. So, yeah, let's read up on the Devil and Six of Pentacles. I mean, first blush, I guess I'm not quite sure what to make of this Six of Pentacles. With the Devil, I'm inclined to think he's treating you like a temptation, something to be wary of. So yeah, that wouldn't be good for a relationship, but I want to double check that just to be sure. So yeah, let me read the Devil and Six of Pentacles. So set this down and pull this up. Oh, not that one. This one. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get the Devil out of the way. Carries with it feelings of oppression and lack of power. When this card shows up, you may feel like you have no control in a certain situation. The Devil has convinced you that you have no options. This is a card of greed, codependence, temptation, and materialism. The Devil is also associated with addiction with sex, food, substances, and negative thinking patterns. Yet this negativity does not reflect the truth. You are not being trapped by external forces. It is your own limitation that is keeping you imprisoned. You hold the keys to your own freedom, but it is up to you to release yourself of the shackles. Yeah, so not viewing you as temptation, which makes more sense because we already had the cards for how he views you. He's just convinced that you're not really something he has access to or are an option. So yeah, shock would make sense in that case. Depending on how he views you, that'd be like an angel visiting, I guess. Who knows? But yeah, it was just way out of there for him. But let's go to the Six of Pentacles. Card of charity, gifts, and generosity. This card shows you that money is coming to you, but I mean, this is obviously around relationship. Gift or a reward. This is a welcome sign that your friends are improving. This card also shows up when you are the benefactor, so that you can help a friend in need, or you may support a cause that is dear to your heart. Overall, the card shows up when you are in the flow of life, while connecting to the spiritual practices of generosity, giving, and receiving. As you give of yourself freely, your good will come back to you. You have all you need, and the universe is supporting you abundantly. He views himself as a support character, apparently. At least in relationship to you. So, I mean, as far as trying to take advantage of that, you can try to provide opportunities for him to be more involved, for him to help. But yeah, he's not particularly active. And yeah, I mean, the Devil not seeing you as an option, plus the Seven of Cups where he's struggling to figure out what's real, what's not. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So... in a sense, yeah, that he's not on your level. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know yeah, I don't remember what your situation with him was, but yeah, this, even if you're not really out of his league, him viewing it that way makes it hard for him to interact. Um, so yeah, as far as I mean, what are you confused about? Let's start there. Okay. I don't think intimidated is the right word. Um, I mean, it's something to do with how he views you. So if you are friends, I don't is that like childhood friends maybe or something? Because I mean, we're basically speculating at this point on what his viewpoint is, what his perspective is that makes you not an option, whether that's she's too good for me or is happiness really right next to me? Um, it's not out there somewhere. So, okay. Well, and we're just assuming. We don't really know what it is. If that's the case, um, and if you are friends, then yeah, I mean, provide him more opportunities, more time with you. Um, and I think eventually he'll normalize. But then you're in a different situation at that point. So, okay. No problem. Um, Omna. And then there's the follow up. Is he the one? But we'll focus on Danish, and then if it makes sense, we'll do the follow up. Okay. Um, I know this is in the context of a relationship. But yeah, I think Prisma might be the better deck for this. Yeah. So let's set that aside, switch this out. And I guess we had a lot of people, so let me put together a quick list so that I can follow up. So we're doing Omna now. We know that Dragon would be next. Then we've got Jay asking about boyfriend. We've got and Mock. And yes, that's okay. Oh, excellent. You're on. Let me check. Because there was a lot of clarifying with these, so I don't want to miss anyone. Okay. Kanyapriya, if you've got a question, go ahead and drop it in. And you might be our last person. We're trying to do better about time. So, oh, okay, Kanyapriya, Sandy. Okay, Amna, you're fine. Hey, Amna. Kanyapriya, are you asking? Yes, Sandy, we can do that. Hey. Are you asking when his behavior will improve? Speaking to Kanyapriya. Or are you asking? I get, yeah. Is that right? When will his behavior improve? And if not, go ahead and clarify. Let me add Sandy. Okay. And then Emil. Okay. All right, we're good. I don't think I can take any more because we've only got so much time, but we'll see. Back to Amna. Okay. We just want to learn about this person. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, sorry. No, I was communing, making sure I could, well, focusing on the question. So sorry about that. Okay. Um, there's a better card. Okay. No, Jay. You're still coming. Sorry about that. Um, After Omna, I've got Dragon Empress, and then it's your turn. But of course, it'll be on the video either way, so you can always come back for it later if that's more convenient. I'll do my best to answer it, even if you're offline. I'm doing Omna's right now. It should be the one that's on screen. Okay, and now is there an ordering? It doesn't really matter there. Okay. Okay. Lots of cards, so sorry that took a while. We'll see if we can fit them all. And we can't, but so these carry the greater weight, these 4 sets. This is a tempered pair, so the main one with the moderating one behind it. These are a pair, so they're speaking to the same thing. Down here, this is lightly moderated, lightly tempered. And this only carries a medium, mild weight. And then these are lighter details. And I guess let's just go ahead and flip the cards. Judgment. Okay. Temperance. 10 of Wands. tempered by 9 of Wands. I'll set those side by side for now. And then Queen of Pentacles paired with 8 of Pentacles. Let's go ahead and go through these before moving on to the lighter ones. I mean, Temperance, you're going to be dealing with moderation. But let me read up on this one. I want to say that this deck is a little skewed on that front. 10 of Wands, they've got some baggage. They've reached the finish line. And, well, there are some good things that they've won and carried with them through the race, but then there's some excess that they need to let go of. This being tempered by the 9 of Wands. Pack horse is sort of the impression I'm getting, but they're strong and stubborn, so they'll keep pushing through. So, which is nice, but it might make it hard for them to let go of the excess baggage. Judgment, there's a momentous decision, which, is probably dealing with the marriage. So, still deciding if they're ready to move forward. Not necessarily. Let me finish with these, and I'll see if I can get a better sense on the Wands. And actually, the Pentacles I'll need to read up on. Let me focus on the Wands then. I'm not getting the sense that it's relationships. Stubborn, not in a bad way. So just in the way that they're able to persist, push through, despite opposition and obstacles. So they might have a headstrong aspect to them, which at times might be annoying, but I mean, you're dealing with a good person, or at least that's what we've got so far. Let me read up on the Pentacles, Temperance. I might check Judgment, but really the Pentacles are what I'm not sure on, especially where those are a pair. Prisma. Give me some coins. 8 of Pentacles. Blooming success, meaningful growth, skilled. After the first few harrowing weeks, when a project is still touch and go, it is a real pleasure to see measurable success blooming before your eyes. Take delight in what you have achieved. Steadily cultivate what you have already established so it continues to grow in meaningful ways. Pay attention to detail. Fortune has little influence at this point. Rather, your dedication and finesse will guarantee the success of your undertaking. And then this is paired with the Queen. Masterful strength, force of creation, grounded. The Queen of Pentacles is a wonderful sign. She is the embodiment of natural goodness. She is the earthbound answer to the Empress, hale and warm and ready to provide a safe haven. If you see her crop up in a reading, you are a powerful force for creation. You are grounded in reality, exuding a subtle, masterful strength that can be channeled into any endeavor. Be prepared for everything you touch to blossom under your hand. And at this point, they already have, given the 8 of Pentacles. They've put in effort, and they've brought something, to pass. I don't know that they've necessarily reaped the rewards yet, but you've got a tall tree, and it's only a matter of time before it bears fruit. That's sort of the position they're in there. So that's good there. Let's check up on Temperance. Yeah. And that's speaking to the marriage proposal. One more. Temperance, maintaining balance, moderation, giving. Learning to maintain balance is essential to survival. Though temptations will perpetually beckon, most sensual delights will prove sweeter in moderation, and excess can be toxic. Don't numb or harm yourself through overindulgence. If you find yourself with more than you need, a neighbor may benefit from your surplus. By sharing with others, life retains its distinct and magnificent flavors. They have a streak of generosity in them. Yeah, and they're pretty good at moderating. So, yeah, nothing bad so far on this person. I mean, there's the baggage from the 10 of Wands. There's the slight stubbornness from the 9 of Wands, but, I mean, that's okay. Yeah. I'm not seeing any red flags here. Yeah, so let me set that down, pull this back up. Hey, Presh. And let's go ahead to our lighter card. So this one had a mild touch, 10 of Swords, and the slight Queen of Chalices. Okay. And then 10 of Pentacles, as well as Page of Swords. So 10 of Pentacles, I mean, that's material success, doing well. 10 of Swords is the closing of a chapter. I mean, some view it pretty bad. It's depicted rather graphically. I don't know if that was obvious at first glance. But this being tempered by the Queen of Chalices, emotions have taken a back seat for them. It's been more trouble than it's worth. So, but of course now he's considering a marriage, so who knows how that'll pan out. So that's not necessarily bad. But yeah, he might be more, I don't want to say machine-like or robot, because that's a bit too heavy for the weight this was given. I don't know how to describe it other than sharp corners, like this is how it is, sort of thing. And again, a lighter weight, so that's something. I mean, it's not a huge issue, but yeah, I guess it just depends on how sensitive you are to that sort of character. Yeah. Let me know if you've got a particular question on that. Let me read up on the Page of Swords. Speaking to Presh, I mean, I've got a bit of a backlog right now, so I probably don't have time today. If you want, you can drop it in and I can promise to do it on Wednesday or Friday, whatever you prefer, but I don't think I have time today, just with how many we have. There's Swords. Not the Queen or the Knight. And then, so Tina, same thing. There's a bit too many today. So, Presh, Avi, Tina, I don't think I'll have time to do readings for you today. So either I can answer this Wednesday first thing, or Friday if you have a preference. So just let me know how you want to do that, or if you want to just wait till you're able to catch me live again. But I don't have time to do it today. There's too many to read for in the time I have. Okay. And yeah, just let me know how you want to proceed on that front. Page of Swords. Sharp mind, new strategy, clear direction. The eager youth of the page, combined with the penetrating intelligence of her suit, makes her a formidable defender against false realities. Be vigilant, wary, and free from emotional pall so that you may discern the best course of action. You have within you the power and means to chop through duplicity. Frankness, honesty, and justice will serve you well. So I mean, intellectually sharp. And again, this is a lighter card, but I mean, you'll see it come up from time to time when they catch on to something. And again, Ten of Pentacles was also a lighter card, so I wouldn't say this is overflowing wealth, but definitely enough for your needs. So yeah. Amna, any follow-up questions? Or do we think we have a good feel for them? I guess that isn't clear here, is it? As far as well, he's still deciding, so I don't know that he's even sure. But as far as is he the one, let me see if I can get something. And really, is this a good partner for the rest of everything? And yeah, we're fine using the same deck. Because yeah, I mean, they had their rough edges. We saw that, but we didn't see any red flags. And they have a lot of good streaks in them, so... Let's see... Oh, let me show the spread I'm using. This is part of a different decks guide, but we'll just translate it as appropriate. So that's there for reference. Yeah. A consideration, yeah. Let me see if I can get a more definitive yes, no. Okay. So we got some extra information as well. So these all have extra information. This heavy, lighter, and then this one very light. This is a tempered pair. But as far as the yes, no, the front card is the main one. So I'll just go this way. Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Three of Swords, tempered by King of Pentacles. So, looking at our guide, Three of Swords is no, as expected, but then for the other Pentacles, those would be yeses. So yeah, this would take, it would take time, but yeah, he could be a 1. He's a consideration. Nothing wrong there. As far as the extra information, there's a yeah. So if you proceeded, I mean, there's going to be a rough spot of expectations versus reality living together. But you guys, I mean, the King of Pentacles is saying you guys can overcome that. So you're capable. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, that's speaking to him. He's not necessarily in touch with the things that you are in touch with right now. So, yeah. Yeah, there's not much more to say there. And then Nine of Pentacles, I would have to read up on that, but that one was so light, I don't know that that's worth worrying about. So a consideration for sure. After that, it's your best judgment. I mean, we've already gone over his character. So, yeah. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. No problem. So after Omna, we've got Dragon. If we can get this to load. Okay. Over by the end of the year. So I guess we'll probably just use the same spread. I mean, if the cards come out different, I'll let you know. But as far as the yes/no goes, this is almost certainly how it'll pan out. And then we'll definitely use the Destiny deck. So let's set this aside, switch our mats. There it is. Okay. Let's find the cards. Feels like your question might have been oversimplified, but we've got our answer for now. And I guess more details felt like they were ready to come forward, but High Priestess, that would be a yes. Wheel of Fortune, a yes. And the Tower, that would be a no. So let me just double check. Yeah. So that's 2 yeses and a no. A positive outcome is likely, but may take time to come about. And let me see if I can get a better sense. Okay, so these are the details I wanted. So as far as end of the year, well, by the end of the year, probably not by the end of the year, but shortly thereafter. Because these cards are indicating a yes, but it's delayed. So, but I'm not getting the sense that it is much after. Yeah, around the change of the year, maybe a month or two after. March would be really stretching it. And December, maybe. That is on the early side, though. So yeah, maybe not by the end of the year, but around there, give or take. And let me see what else I can get. Because I definitely felt like there was more that the cards wanted to say. We'll just leave you. If they're somewhat relevant, I'll just sense that out. And okay. What was it for that solution? That was Is that okay? Yeah, I need to flip cards before I can get much further. So, the Wheel of Fortune was relevant, but really that was speaking to timeline. So, change of the year, which we already got on. High Priestess has a part Um, but I'm not quite sure the role it plays. So let me get to our other cards. We've got a pair here, a tempered pair here, so a primary moderated by a secondary. And then there's an unrelated note over there, so we'll just get to that at the end. Two of Swords, choices and indecision, paired with Nine of Cups. And that's, well, known as the Wish card. And then tempered by, or well, the tempered pair, Six of Cups, reconciliation, harmony, tempered by Seven of Swords, dishonesty, and betrayal. So let's see what we've got here. Philippa, I'm not going to have time today. I'm probably going to run overtime as it is. I do have streams scheduled for Wednesday or Friday if you want to go ahead and follow those. I don't know if they are already showing, but I could try answering then. Yeah, the Six of Cups and the Seven of Swords is interesting. I mean, the Seven of Swords, I'm getting the sense that that's a betrayal of old expectations. Six of Cups, I mean, it's a match for the new set. But part of what you're currently expecting okay. Yeah, I mean, what I'm getting from Six of Cups is that you guys get along well, but there's something missing that you're currently expecting. So it's not a bad thing that you dropped it, because it seems to work out well. But then we go with the Two of Swords and Nine of Cups, and this is a very similar thing. You've got indecision, choices, but I mean, happiness, the Wish card. I mean, like, I don't know that there's few cards as auspicious. So, I mean, it's pretty good, but yeah, they're not quite what you're expecting in some way or other. So something's going to give. Or, I mean, you might end up passing, I suppose. No. I mean, you'll just struggle about proceeding with this person. So that's what our Two of Swords is getting at. But yeah, I mean, then you reconcile what you really need. And the betrayal is, in a sense, of yourself, but it's your old self. And we discount that for the present because you are now wiser than you were then. So, yeah, I don't think this doesn't really speak to him being attractive or not, but I don't think that's going to be an issue here. So it's going to be more so you getting over yourself. So yeah. Let me check your other questions, the follow-ups, to see if there was anything else I could speak to. Physically should probably be fine. Will I approach them, or will it be through work or social? Yeah, I don't really have an answer here on those. How you guys meet, that's not here. So, yeah, that's absent. I'm going to move on to the note. Goddess Joya. Huh. Let me, well, I'll go ahead and zoom in on her for a brief moment, if I can. Ever closer. But yeah, that'll be it for now. Let me go read up on her, because that was a direct message to you. And am I sharing my thing? Let's go ahead and share that, and you can read along. That'll go faster. There we are. Symbolizes the Master Manifester, or the Master Builder. When you receive this card in a reading, the message is clear that in whatever you are working on, you must be an inspirational presence. This card is very powerful in a reading because it talks about your impact in whatever you are seeking. This card shows up to remind you that you have an enhanced ability to apply your spiritual understanding to your life. You are a visionary. You will have the ability to make it happen, to turn the dreams into a reality, and to build whatever structures are necessary to create the success you are striving for. So, I mean, that speaks positively to your ability to make the next relationship work, and be wondrous, really. I'm pretty sure that's set aside because that's not specific to romance. I mean, that applies to whatever area of your life you want to focus on, really. So, yeah. So that was Dragon. Next, we've got Jay. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. We've had a lot of chat this day. Boyfriend's feelings and intentions towards me. And I guess just to finish up, yeah, well, I said the High Priestess had some weight, but I mean, Goddess Joya was much more clear on that, so sorry if that felt like a loose end, but it's covered, basically. Partly, I mean, like I said, Joya kind of trumps that. I mean, you're able to make it happen. You're wise, you're smart, you're capable, so you know what to be on the lookout for and what to avoid and what to collect. So, yeah. Jay, what are my boyfriend's feelings and intentions towards me? And no problem. Feelings and intentions. Okay. Are these both relevant? Okay, yeah, it ended up just being a very stripped down version, but yeah, it's his intentions towards you, his feelings towards you. So we've got 6 of Wands for intentions and 6 of Pentacles for feelings. So let me read up on 6 of Pentacles. I know we had it earlier, but there's a lot of cards to remember. But intentions, expecting good news to come. Yeah, let me just go ahead and read up on both of these. Just to make sure I map it right. So set this aside. Let's go ahead and start with feelings, the Pentacles. A card of charity, gifts, and generosity. This card shows you that money, blah, blah, blah. When you are the benefactor. Overall, the card shows up when you are in the flow of life while connecting to the spiritual principles of generosity, giving, and receiving. As you give of yourself freely, your good will come back to you. You have all you need, and the universe is supporting you abundantly. So as far as how that's mapping to feelings, yeah, I don't know how else to describe that, but goodwill. And not in the formal, sort of stiff way that it might connotate. But yeah, I mean, there's positive feelings between you, at least as far as they're concerned. So, and as far as they view it, that's 2 ways. You to him, him to you. So let's go on to intentions, 6 of Wands. Signifies a well-deserved triumph. If you have been struggling recently, this card may reveal a promotion or a new contract, but I mean, that's more material. You can also reveal that it will go in your favor. This is a time to enjoy, so you must share your accomplishments with others. In a personal relationship, this card indicates that declared feelings are well received. In the traditional meaning, this card signifies good news in any life aspect. Celebrate the victory that came about through your resilience. Well done. So yeah, I mean, this is positive stuff. As far as the 6 of Wands, yeah, that could be the recent struggle, potentially. But I mean, there's a sense of triumph, so I mean, this is very positive. If it's a long distance that's coming to an end, then it could be just the victory of it lasting through that. So, as far as meant to be, we didn't really get a read on that. Um, it wasn't what you were asking at the time. So, um, but yeah, as far as the current relationship, yeah, it's positive, um, and very good. Kanyu, yeah, we'll go ahead and do your reading. It's still to come though, so we've just had some longer answers. So, are we good, Jay? For the meant to be? If it's quick, that's fine. But let's see. No, we can't get a card. Let me see if I can get a reason why, though. Yeah, that's consideration for me, really. But that doesn't really clarify whether or not yeah, so my higher power is being considerate of me and my time constraint for today. But as far as if you came back Wednesday or Friday or even next Monday and asked for that specific question, oh, that would be fine. I was worried that you would still just get no answer, which is possible a lot of the time. But yeah, it seems like you would get cards then. So if you want, I can plan on doing that at the start of one of those streams if you want, or just when you catch me next. Either way. But yeah, I just don't have time today. Okay. Well, I mean, sometimes it feels kind of arbitrary, so it would make sense if you felt a little hurt, but yeah. Thanks for being understanding. Jay and Mock. Let's find your question. Messages about S and love in general. Okay. It's kind of a 2-for-1. Sorry, Gigi. No. And I don't have time today. It can be. So let me go over who's in line right now. We're doing Anmok now. I've got Kanyu, Priya, Sandy, and then question from Lovina to finish it off. So anybody else, I just don't have time today. And I mean, we're already going past the time I was supposed to stop. So you can DM me or comment here. We can either plan on it for a future stream, or you can try catching me. They should be scheduled at least for this week. I haven't scheduled next Mondays yet. So if you just want to plan on hopping on then, we can do it then. Or you can give me the question and I can answer it, and you can just catch the video if you want, if the timing doesn't work. Okay. So Anne. Yes. Okay. In general. Well, love in general. Let's see. Okay, so some stuff on S. Let's see. Oh, that's better. Okay. 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 Yes, you are. Well, um, a number of cards. So, um, over here we got some cards on S. This one characterizing him, an influence in their life, and something that draws them away, um, holds their attention. Um, then over here we've got love in general. These three seem to have an order, left to right. And this one just seems to be in general, on the love in general question. So that's not the end. It could be anywhere in the timeline. So, but let's go ahead and start with S. We can see, yes. So we've got 9 of Swords, anxiety, worry. Influence is Ace of Cups. So we can check on that. And then the thing drawing them away, 6 of Wands. Victory, good news. I mean, we just got this one. So, I mean, they're distracted by other temporal stuff going on, which is sufficient. As far as, well, so the 9 of Swords there, how best to put that? I mean, it has the notes of anxiety and worry. And yeah, that's, yeah. I don't know. There's much more to say on that, other than that describes them. That might not be obvious, but if you got close, it would be. Ace of Cups, beginnings, love, and that's an influence in their life. Let me go ahead and read up on that real quick. So pause there, and then we'll go on with the rest of them. Ace of Cups. Represented by a hand holding an overflowing chalice, gives forth an endless stream of water for healing of the body, soul, and heart. Chalice is offered with the right hand, the hand of giving, as opposed to the left, which is the hand of receiving. This card represents a heart that is open. Suggest a new partnership that is of importance, good news, or exciting new beginnings. Generally, this is a sign of a fresh start in love relationships, the birth of a child or creative project, and work-related abundance. But this is an influence in his life. So yeah, the healing part is what's standing out. And it's almost like that it's soothing the anxiety and worry, not necessarily healing it entirely. Um, but I don't know what the source of that is. So, yeah, that's going to be external, almost certainly going to be someone. Could be a couple people. Just spread amongst them, this influence. Yeah, hard to pinpoint where that's coming from. But that's the effect it's having. Coming back and going on to love in general. Let's go ahead and take that down and bring this up. We've got the ordered bunch. 4 of Cups. Queen of Cups. And the Hermit. So, restless boredom, that's the 4 of Cups. Queen of Cups denotes our action and victory. And then in the end, the Hermit, solitude and wisdom. So as far as order of things, I mean, you've already entered the 4 of Cups. There's a certain unease, not settled, so antsy sort of feeling, at least with respect to love and relationship. So yeah, and then Queen of Cups. Yeah. You get with someone, is that the end of it though? Yeah, let me read on Queen of Cups. That's definitely a relationship. I don't know if that's the relationship, so to speak. The Hermit, solitude, wisdom. Could be. Yeah, I mean, you'll be gaining experience, learning, and then essentially you'll need a bit of a break to really process and reflect. And I mean, the way you approach love and dating is probably going to change and adjust. But I don't know what the wisdom is going to be that you get. So, yeah. And that doesn't mean that the Queen of Cups relationship ends. I mean, it might be on hold in a sense, on pause. Could also be over, but I'm not getting a strong sense of that. But yeah. And then our love in general, and this is, well, moderately moderated, moderately tempered by the secondary card. So we've got Knight of Swords, Stress and Truth, and then 8 of Cups, Departure and change. So, I mean, there's a, how best to put that? A rubber meets the road sort of thing. You're going to be learning through, well, at least for love for the time being. It's going to be more of a informative and I guess in a sense a formative experience. Especially with the Eight of Cups and the sense of change we get from that. I mean, optimistically, the way to view it would be maturing. Pessimistically, it's kind of trial and error. So, yeah. So I guess that's not exclusive of one relationship, but yeah. The next, well, probably for the next a while, romance is going to be a learning experience. So, well, I'll do what I can to answer that now. Well, at the end of the stream. Let me go ahead and let me know if there was anything else on that hand, but that's what we got on love. But speaking to Lavina, we'll answer it today in this stream. If you want to catch the video later, that is also fine. So Anne and then Kanupriya. Let's see if we can find them. Because we had quite the chatty group. Yeah, a lot of clarification. There she is. And then there's the question. Okay. And then we clarified, when will his behavior improve? Okay. Okay. Sandy, you're just after Kanupriya. So, not too much longer now. And then where Kanupriya is asking when, I don't know that there is going to be too much. And when's hard for me to get in the first place, but let's see. No, Destiny deck is, oops, fine for this. So let me leave that out. Thanks. Now I'm thinking of different ways I need to pull back or reorganize it. Because it is a tad inefficient for people to wait around potentially for hours to get their reading. So, yeah. Yep, that is. I don't know that he's got loads going on. Because I mean, for some people, anxiety is just a medical condition. So it's just a fact of life for some people. But you could be right. It could just be that there's a lot So I don't know which kind it is. But yeah, you've basically summed it up. We're really focused on when. Let's see what we can get. I don't claim psychic abilities. I don't claim that I'm special compared to any of you, for example. We're just taking advantage of my divine connection and using the tarot cards as a means of getting clarification. So in that regard, no. But yeah, go ahead and clarify if you meant something else. Okay. Let me blow my nose real quick. Thank you. And good night, Lavina. Okay, so I've got 2 cards, but like I said, win tends to be tricky for me, so. And maybe that's just the fluid nature of the future. But we'll see. Two of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Sorry, just getting a sense for the interpretation. As far as Ten of Pentacles, I mean, when money is good, then his behavior will be good. But otherwise, it's the Two of Swords. And yeah, it's really a matter of personal choice, personal agency, which if his behavior needs improving, then he really needs to choose to improve it. And on top of that, he's not too keen either about worrying about it or focusing on it. So he's probably slow to really even consider it. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, both of those things, well, Ten of Pentacles, I wouldn't plan on. As far as Two of Swords, you can try pushing him to make the change. But yeah, don't be overbearing, don't be too pushy, but be persistent. Because otherwise, this is the sort of thing that he would just let slide, let time wash away. But if it's important to you, then yeah, you need to keep bringing it up to him. So yeah, not a solid win, but at least we got conditions. So hey, the baby. I'm already loaded up on questions, so I won't be able to do a read for you today, just so you know. But I mean, the Wednesday and Friday streams should be up. So you can wait on those. And thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. Sandy, let me find your question. No problem. Okay, there it is. Emil. Okay. And let's just see what we get. Sure. Hey Ruth, I'm actually already over time, so I won't be able to do a reading for you. Um, but I've got a few other streams lined up, so if you want to participate on one of those, I mean, it's first come first serve. So, um, and there will be another Monday one um, at the same time. So, but yeah, just letting you know. Let's see. Where does this- yeah. Do we have them all? And this one. Okay. So Sandy, a few cards. We got 2 cards on intentions towards you. And then this card represents you, more so how you're being perceived, which maybe we'll explain why the mixed intentions. I don't know. We'll have to flip cards. So, Page of Wands, good news, and courage. And then the other one is Nine of Cups. The notes there are happiness and wish card. So, I mean, that's very positive stuff as far as intentions towards you. So, being bold forward with you, and then wishes coming true, basically, for you. I don't know if they want to be your genie per se, but it's along those lines. Okay. And then the perception, Six of Wands, victory, good news. So, I mean, very positive stuff. I mean, I hate to objectify, but I mean, you're not necessarily a trophy partner, but you are what he wants. And he's happy to have you. So, yeah, he's got nothing but the best for you. Yeah, there's really not much else to say about that. So, let me go ahead and set that down. So, and now Lavina's question. Let me go find that. And this wasn't, for Lavina, this wasn't a reading question. This was just about, well, not just about, but tarot itself. Okay. I mean, if that's what you wanted, yeah. I mean, in a sense, with the Nine of Cups, he's going to try to manifest what you're wanting. So, if you want marriage, then I assume that would be a yes. Yeah. Oh, the Lavina's question. Let me highlight that. No problem, Sandy. Okay. So Lavina is asking, when we do tarot, pendulum, these other things, I mean, my expertise, if you want to call it that, is tarot. When we're doing the cards and whatnot, do we already have the answer inside us? And this is helping us unlock that? Or is it a divine power that's trying to direct us? And I mean, in a sense, it can be both or either. When you're reading cards, I mean, you pull a card, it draws your focus, and in some cases, it could be, yes, you finding an answer within yourself, just not in a way you were expecting. But as far as divine giving the answer, it just depends on what room you're making for the divine in that process. And like in a certain sense, sometimes the divine has put you on the tracks, on the path to ask those questions and get those answers. So sometimes, even if it's you that's doing that, they set you up for that success, to go that way. So yeah, it's really a mixed bag. And then of course, when you're not in connection with the divine, and depending on how you approach it, you c- I mean, you could be fooling yourself or sending yourself crazy directions. So I mean, the connection with the divine is really the foundation, um, and how much they're involved, that's up to you in a sense. um, Making room for them, and then sometimes they'll come in or not. um, but if you're not good about your practice, like, you can swing the other way, and whether you believe in a devil or negative energy or karma, whatever it is, it can lead you astray, basically. So um, so sometimes, yeah, there will be inspiration from the divine, helping you understand. Sometimes you had it there and you're leading your way, in a sense, or tarot is walking you to it. um, and I don't know that I can really say most of the time or what frequency. I mean, that's really dependent on the person and their connection. So yeah. So that's it for today. Sorry again for the late start. Technical difficulties. We'll try to avoid that in the future. Uh, we'll go ahead and pop our reminder, new schedule, which we're already on. So 1 p.m. today, 7 p.m. Wednesdays, 7 a.m. Fridays, and that's all MST. So convert to your time zone as appropriate. Finished setting up PayPal, and I'll be setting up Wise. So in the Linktree link, there's now a spot for that if you want to donate. Well, I still need to hook up the Wise somehow, but PayPal's there at least. And thanks for coming. It's fun reading for you guys. And until